Hello, welcome. It's always a pleasure to be here with all of you, sharing and learning and growing. And hopefully that you find this video very helpful and you will share this with other people that you love. Today we're going to discuss about there are two types of love. Okay, there's the selfless and the selfish love. And I believe there's the second one, a selfish love, that people tend to confuse with it, with being the selfless love. So let's look at the selfless love first. When you look at God, or when you understand God, his love is, he's a giver. God is constantly giving us. And how does that look for us as a human being? Let's look at a parent, a mother who just gave birth. What does she do for the first couple of months, couple of years? The first day of that birth of that child, she will slave over this child day and night, making sure every need of that child is being met. She will lose sleep. She will go hungry. She will be beyond tired. She'll go days without sleeping just to make sure this child is okay. If this child has a little cough, she's jumped up to check everything about this child to make sure this child is completely comfortable. In actuality, she become a servant, almost a perfect slave to this child. Why? Because of the love she has for this child. She is willing to sacrifice herself, her self-being, meaning that she doesn't think of herself anymore. She's removed from the picture. Now it's only this child. So everything she does is for this child. And she can recognize every little detail that this child needs. She will be there to accommodate and meet that child's need. So this love is selfless because why? She is sacrificing herself for that child. What does that look like in the biblical? If you look at Abraham had 10 major tests. All of them was painful and difficult. What was the purpose of these tests? To show how much he loved God, what he was willing to sacrifice. And the ultimate sacrifice Abraham was able to make, was going to make, was to sacrifice his son Isaac that he loved so much. He loved God so much, he was willing to give everything he ever wanted. After praying, wanting a child for over almost 100 years, he was willing to sacrifice this child to prove his love for God. Of course, God says, now I know you fear me. Through fear, you love that person. See, people also misunderstand fear. If you're not afraid of losing someone, you don't love them. You don't love them. Whatever, go. You want to leave? Leave. You're not afraid. But when you fear of losing someone, that's a sign of love as well. But that's a different thing we're going to talk about later. But again, we're talking about sacrifice and pain it takes when you love someone. This is the selfless love. Abraham was willing to let everything go for God. Because why? He loved God unconditional. No matter what, that was physical, that was emotional, everything, his entire being, his essence, belonged to God. That's a selfless love. Okay? So, what does a selfish love look like? Well, imagine you and I are dating and I'm cooking dinner and for myself. And then you call me and say, hey, Victor, I'm coming over. And then I say, hey, would you like something to eat? Oh, beautiful. Yes, Victor, I love, you thinking I'm a great man. Why? Because I cooked dinner for myself and I'm inviting you to eat along with me. So you're thinking, hey, I'm a caring guy. I'm giving you food. Then I'm going to the store. Let's say I'm going to Starbucks. I want to get myself a cup of coffee. And I say, you know what? Let me pick you one up as well. Then let's say I go to Subway. I want to get a sub. I say, I know you like these chips or this type of sub or sandwich. I pick you one up as well. Now, in your eyes, I'm pretty much like a Superman. Why? Because I'm aware of what you want and I'm getting you what you want as well. But is that really love? Is it really love? Because it's not inconvenient. It doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't hurt me. I'm already going to Starbucks. I'm already going to Subway. I'm already cooking because I'm already hungry. I am not sacrificing anything. I'm just giving you, I'm happen to be there, I'm giving you some of the food I already have. It's not a big deal. I'll give it to anybody. You see? Why? It doesn't cost me anything. I was already doing these things for me. And this is where a lot of people get confused, thinking this person loved them, because this is something they were doing for themselves already. And you just happen to be like a byproduct, in terms of meaning that I was going in that direction, I'll give you a lift. It's not going out of my way. Love has pain. It has sacrifice. Real love. Again, this is where people were mistaken. And eventually, this particular selfish love that looks real will eventually fail. Why? Because everything that I want to do, I was doing it for me. I just included you in it because it didn't cost me anything. I'm already there. You see, I'm already there. It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't hurt me. So when you have someone who's going to do things for themselves and then they include you in, it doesn't necessarily mean they love you. Okay? And because love requires sacrifice. It's painful. Love requires mean this. I am out of the equation. So another example, if I'm cooking dinner, but I just cook just enough for myself, and I'm hungry. And then you call me, Victor, I'm coming over, I want to spend time with you. And then before I even realize it, you're knocking at the door. Then I open the door, and I was going to eat, but I said, do you want something to eat? And I tell her, I'm full. I already ate already. Even though I haven't eaten, I only made enough for me, but I give it to you. I gave you the food, but you're thinking I already ate. I just have extra. That is pure love, because I am sacrificing my hunger to see that you're okay. I'm putting myself second. Love requires you put that person first all the time. Like Abraham, God never escaped his mind. God was first. Everything he did was about God. God was always constantly 24/7 in your mind. Can you imagine you have a being that's thinking of you 24/7, and they're doing everything they can to please you, and they're ignoring themselves? But this is the kind of love you can't give to just anybody. You're going to be a fool to give this kind of love to anybody, because this is a priceless love. It's precious. There's no price on this type of love. This love requires someone unique and special like you to give that. If you're giving this love to someone else, then you're the fool, because they don't deserve it. You're making yourself a fool in front of people, because people know that. They see that. They may not tell you that, but they know that. But again, this is the love, the selfish love. People confuse that, because just because I'm making dinner for myself, I have excess amount left and I offer you, does not mean I love you. Just because I'm going to the store to buy myself, let's say a sub or something, a clothing, and I thought of you and I bought you something too, does not mean I love you. It just means I thought of you. Yeah, why not? I'm there already. It's not a big deal. Because why? It doesn't cost me anything. So therefore, losing you will not cost me anything either, because it doesn't cost, it doesn't hurt me. When you love someone, selfless love, there's a price. And that price is you're going to sacrifice yourself for that person. Meaning that person is always on your mind. When you make a decision, you're not making a decision for yourself. Before you make a decision, you're saying to yourself, how is this decision going to affect my wife? I want to go there, but is it going to affect her? I want to do this, but is it going to bother her? I want to invite them, but is it going to bother her or him? You see, I'm constantly thinking about you. If that's not taking place, that is not love. Again, people confuse, because I'm already in the store and I call you up and say, hey, baby, I'm already here at the store. Do you want something? That doesn't mean anything. Yes, it's nice. It's a nice gesture. But does it mean it's love? No. Because why? There has to be pain. There has to be sacrifice. That is real love. I'll see you next time. Remember, share, and remember that God is first. You put God first, He will definitely take care of you. God bless.